Hi, I'm Amy Baldwin, and I'm here with Laurie Hazard. And our topic for today is mentors. And I'll tell you, Laurie, why I'm kind of thinking about helping families and parents talk about this and encourage their student to get a mentor. I see a lot of students on our campus they'll admit they're kind of lonely. They're having difficulty making friends, or maybe they're making some friends, but not really the kind of people that are pushing them forward and really kind of serving as a guide in some ways. And, I know a lot of parents do mentor type things with their students, but I really think it's important, and I'm sure you would agree from all the research on what helps students succeed in college is having not just a social circle or a social network and resources, but also people who've gone ahead of them, maybe upperclassmen, maybe people in the community or leaders in an organization that can help them build those skills that are necessary for them to be successful long term. And so I just have never had a conversation with my kids about finding a mentor. Have you?
Yeah, I like the way that you brought in the definition because I think our go-to with encouraging students to find a mentor is we typically, and I'm not saying not to do this because you certainly should do this, but I think students need to broaden their ideas or definitions of what a mentor is. Faculty members, of course, can function as a mentor for students, and we've talked in a number of our conversations about utilizing office hours. And finding a faculty member that shares the same interests that you do within your major. But on a college campus, there are so many other opportunities for mentorship. Any of the administrators that work in your career centers or your tutoring centers, or people who work in student engagement and student involvement. Like I think of people who work in student engagement and student involvement who are organizing the co-curricular activities for students, and they're running a charity event or something like that. Those people can act as mentors for students. And there are so many peer mentoring programs on college campuses. And like you said, some college campuses have that community college connection where community members that are exterior to that particular college, where there are lots of partnerships, can function as mentors. So I think students ought to really broaden their definition of what a mentor is. And as you were talking about it, I worked for many years in an academic support center, and the administrators who provided support for the professional staff often acted as mentors for students. The secretary in the office really knew how to help the student navigate the campus and get questions asked and answered, and function as an adult, a home away from home adult in the student's life, to just be there for them and support them. So those mentors that aren't as obvious, I think, are on college campuses if students can just reach out for help and assistance.
And it doesn't have to be a real formal, sometimes we think a mentee relationship is, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to, meet them for lunch or some, occasion, every month or something like that. And it doesn't have to be that way. And so I love the fact that you were, kind of pointing out that broadening that definition, but also broadening the expectation. Really, if your student can find someone who is knowledgeable, who cares, and you said, an administrative assistant could be that, a library faculty member could be that,
Advisors,
advisors can be that. I
coaches.
Coaches, a resident assistant, but you just made me think that a really good place for a lot of these people are in registered student organizations or campus organizations, and just getting involved in those, your student's going to connect with current students, maybe former students, alumni, upper class students, people who are a little bit older, and maybe a little bit wiser. And that can be a great space to get connected with people who can help.
Yeah, I also think it helps students, the student organizations. There are faculty advisors and staff advisors that help students run and oversee these organizations. And then it gets a student into sort of this hierarchy where there's a president of the organization, secretary, treasurer, those kinds of things. So there are leadership opportunities. So if they join when they're a first or second year student, when that junior or senior studies abroad and leaves the organization, or that senior graduates, there are roles that they can step into, and they can learn a lot from those upper class students about their collaboration skills, leadership skills, working in a group.
Yeah.
So there are lots of opportunities in the co-curricular as well as the curricular opportunities on campus.
Yeah. I think sometimes parents and family just they're always like find a somebody that can write you a letter of recommendation, or make those relationships, but we kind of overlook the power of those other relationships as well. And so I just thought, this might be a good topic to share with parents and families, to say, hey, talk to your student about this. And what are kind of some of the top tips that you would give parents if they were trying to coach their student to find a mentor? What would you tell them?
I think the number one is encourage your student to join some of these student organizations,
Mhm.
because inadvertently they will discover mentors in those student organizations. They should really encourage them to use their faculty office hours, right? And I mean, encourage them to get involved in any, even how I think students have discovered mentors is participating in different programs and services and workshops that are on campus. Even if they go, to the tutoring center or the learning center, the health and wellness workshops that colleges and campus organize. There's probably somebody in wellness that is running one of these workshops, and the student finds that they're interested in that topic, and they go chat with that person who runs the workshop. So I think just the idea of immersing themselves and being involved in organizations is a sure way to explicitly find a mentor or inadvertently find a mentor.
Yeah, no, that's good first step too, and easy to do. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate it.